Hey fellas, it's your old chap Real Bizarre, and today I'll tell you about 10 weird things many girls like to do. However, it is quite obvious that they will try and deny doing all of these things. Some of these are nasty little habits. I think if you watch this episode till the end, you'll understand women a little bit better, and hopefully this somehow will be useful for you. Number 1. Popping pimples. Oh yes, some girls enjoy popping their pimples. In most cases, it is a symptom of psychosis, which takes a mild form of masochism and self-harming. Some girls can even scratch their faces till blood comes in. And when that happens, it's a sure wake-up call to get a help or at least a checkup at a psychiatrist. Oh no, cosmetologists are useless in this case. Men can also acquire this nasty habit, but it only happens 1 in each 10 men. And as a rule, a man would do it the hard way. Let's say he would cut his leg or arm with a knife instead of harmlessly popping some pimples on his face, enjoying the smutty feeling of disgust. Number 2. Spying on their ex. Constantly spying on their exes is something every woman does. They're particularly attentive to the comments, and they deliberately check every single like. Science can't find any explanation to this peculiar phenomenon. One thing is clear though, it doesn't do those girls any good. The only one who's suffering is the girl herself. Each new tagged photo found or a friend added, especially if it's a girlfriend, is like rubbing salt into the wound. It is often so that the worse a girl feels, the more time she spends checking her ex's social media. She can spend hours checking his friends and accounts of pretty girls who might be his potential affection. Man, I had a girlfriend who'd spend countless sleepless nights checking up all the family members of her ex to see if he's introduced his new babe to his family. I guess she needs to see a doctor. I mean, those moves are pretty desperate. Number 3. Sad, dirty, hairy kids. Dario Maestriperi is a professor of competitive human development, evolutionary biologist, and neurobiologist at the University of Chicago. Generally, he's kind of a weird guy. Well, the thing is, he loves strange experiments. Like this one time, he tried to find out what humans and wrestle macaques share in common. He also tried to determine contemporary beauty standards in both men and women. And if I'm not mistaken, Keanu Reeves has won in both categories. Another interesting but less popular research by this scientist intended to find out an image that seemed particularly compelling to women. So 100 women were asked to watch different videos and press a button every time they saw the image they liked. Cute kittens and puppies topped the list, while kids took the 3rd place. Curiously, women tend to like children with sad faces and thick hair more. Bold, crying, or smiling babies weren't appreciated all that much. Number 4. Crying. As we grow older, we tend to cry less. This pattern is similar for both men and women. Without proper training, the lacrimal glands fall into some kind of anabiosis, or stupor, if you will. However, these are awakened again by the time of complete fading of fertility and the corresponding hormonal changes. Nevertheless, there are hundreds of thousands of women who are eager to cry 24/7 when they're 30, as if they were 3-year-old babies. Interestingly, they don't even need a special occasion for a good old cry. 50% of women experience physical satisfaction and a feeling of relief after they cried. Therefore, they can intentionally provoke a situation, a fight more likely, that will allow them to cry their eyes out, only because afterwards she will feel much better. From the psychological point of view, this is pretty self-explanatory. Some elements cause an unpleasant sensation at their high concentration in our body. The breakdown products of some of the hormones, for instance adrenaline, leave our body with tears. Crying stimulates the production of endorphins and dopamine. Therefore, after crying, a woman receives an invigorating cocktail of hormones which makes her happy and relaxed once again. Number 5. Photoshop. Have you ever wondered why girls like taking photos with their smartphones so much? The secret is that no one except them will have the original photo to reveal. After they applied a couple of filters to the pic to make them look nicer, all the nasty evidence gets deleted. By the way, I wonder how many girls and boys we have here. Write your gender in the comments, guys. I heard that YouTube is more of a boy area. Number 6. Spirits. I found this fact in one of the ladies' forums. And please don't ask what I was doing surfing a ladies' forum. One of the most popular scenarios among ladies when they get drunk is to get so out of their minds that they won't even remember the hell happened the next day. In contrast with boys, girls rarely confess of doing so. When intensely drunk, girls love calling their exes to say that they're total douchebags. Also, they really love debating with bartenders on various philosophical topics. Or, when they feel backwards, they just start dancing on the table, which, by the way, happens a lot more often. Sometimes the night can be extended by the idea of living with some random dude. That situation is commonly known as a one-night stand. But this is an exception rather than a rule, and not every girl decides to spend her time this way. Frankly, I think this stuff is dangerous, and all those fun-loving girls should be more careful. Number 7. 18+ movies. Yes, ladies, you heard it right. We know that you watch those adult movies, so don't blush. Many of you guys would agree that when your girl hears the word porn, she says, "Ooh, stop watching these disgusting videos, it's gross." But the truth is that ladies sometimes type those nasty little keywords when they feel like they want to watch something spicy. I bet that there isn't a single girl watching who doesn't know who Sasha Grey is. Guys, you can just say this name aloud when your girl's around to check her reaction. Number 8. Tiny things. No, it's not gonna be another talk on the topic that size doesn't matter, alright? It's gonna be a few nice facts about why girls like things that are small. It's a common knowledge that ladies love small doll houses and little unicorn toys ever since the early childhood. For some reason, they simply love tiny stuff. On average, the long horizontal axis of the cornea ellipse is shorter in women, and perhaps that's why it's easier for them to focus on closely situated small or even tiny objects. Therefore, women tend to use their near vision more than men. And although there are men who can shoo a flea or write poems on rice grains, there are still more women who'll be able to embroider small, painstaking designs or make teapots for Lilliputians. Number 9. Pinky Pink. Now, why so many girls love pink? This is a very simple, straightforward question, but somehow not many of us know the right answer. Well, the thing is that when girls are small, they love everything pink. I mean, not even pink, but crimson. But as they grow older, their taste becomes more delicate. Have you guys ever seen the gums of a person with severe anemia? No? Go check it, because it's the color that drives girls crazy. It is generally believed that they inherited these preferences from their archaic great-grandmothers, while picking fruits and berries improved their chances of survival if they were able to notice the pinkness of ripening fruits and berries from afar. Man, this stuff is crazy. The gene of increased ability to recognize pink shades apparently is transmitted from mothers to daughters solely. And we're absolutely okay with this, right fellas? In general, color determination is better in women than in men. There are almost no colorblind women, and their world of perception is richer because of their ability to distinguish the subtlest nuisances in different shades. Number 10. Animals. The proportions of a child's face are very different from that of an adult. Children's eyes are bigger, their foreheads are bigger, the cheeks are plumper, and chins are shorter and narrower. We automatically classify these proportions as a sign of a minor, that is, a being that needs protection and care. Moreover, these feelings evoke a greater response in women than in men, and this response extends to animals of similar proportions. For example, cats, rabbits, raccoons have the same proportions. Compared to a human child, these shaggy simulators have even greater chance to provoke tenderness in women, because their childish features are more pronounced. So, have you guys anything you'd like to add to this list? I'm ready to learn everything you've got to share. And that's all for now. Hit the like button if you enjoyed watching this video and share it with your friends. Stay tuned for more interesting stuff. We'll see you next time.